Hello, New Wave Resistance. I've got my Cthulhu module on. Oh no. Oh man. You're like looking up like I'm sure you felt a disturbance in the XM construct. Hmm. By the way, New Wave Resistance, email me some contact information. Portalhunter@resradio.net. Like to chat with you and maybe have you or one of your representatives on the show. So we're going to be doing live call-ins today. I want to. I'm going to put myself through this to kind of try this out. So if you have Zello on your phone, look for Portal Hunter Club and on Zello, and add yourself to that. There shouldn't be a password this time, but add yourself to that. I will unmute you when it's your turn to talk. So that's sort of the holding room, and then I'll unmute whoever wants to oh, chat with me online. That'll be fun. Y'all can't hear this awesome music I'm jamming to right now. Oh. Hmm. Just getting this last thing here. Close enough. So yeah, join us on Zello, Portal Hunter Club. Hopefully I can figure this out. This will be interesting to say the least. I'm excited to get week 3 going. So go on Zello, Portal Hunter Club, and you'll be able to find us. And if I did it right, you're muted until I let you talk. Hopefully, cross my fingers, because I know there's someone in the audience that really wants to talk to me, and we'll see if I let him. Oh man, it's been a busy week in the world of Ingress. How do I unmoderate someone? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see, because you're not in the pre-moderation. I don't know how to unmoderate someone from a channel. Anyway, you're prohibited from talking for right now. Okay, let's get this started. Okay. Um Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Portal Hunter Club, this week's meeting of the Portal Hunter Club. I am your Portal Hunter Club captain and commander, Drew. Welcome everyone. It's been a crazy week in the world of Ingress. Lots of stuff happened in week 3, so I'm really excited to get down to it. But first, I'm going to put myself through this and try to do live call-ins this episode. So, if you feel like calling in, find us on Zello. It's the Portal Hunter Club, or just Portal Hunter Club. You should see the little image of the fractal thing that we have, and you join up, and then when I'm ready to do the call-ins and everything, I'll pick on certain people, and we'll go from there. So find us on Zello now so you're ready to go, and then I'll pick people that are in the room once we get going. So welcome again. It's been a busy week in the world of Ingress. I don't know if you saw the live videos from yesterday. I was in an undisclosed location assisting with some stuff. So let's get to the scoreboard here. Okay, so in the scoreboard here we have, let's see. So the score currently is 52 resistance to 35 enlightened. We have the resistance gained a ton of points yesterday. So we have the portal count day 3, which that's a big story right now. The resistance won that 5 points for the portal count competition, which is amazing for them. They also scored all of their city links in Asia. They scored all of their city links in Europe, and they scored 1 out of their 3 city links in the Americas. The Enlightened were only able to score 4 out of their total possible, 9. So they scored 4 out of their 9 possible links. Now each of those city links is worth 2 points, and the portal count competition is worth 5 points still. So the resistance has a pretty big lead. However, there are still a ton of points available and on the board, and the Enlightened can still come back and win this thing. So now, coming up this week, here's what's going to be happening. This is week 4. This is the final week of the Dark XM Cure contest. We have city links again. So there's going to be actually an even number of city links. Now, the reason the Enlightened didn't have as many as the Resistance yesterday is because if you didn't complete your link star, you weren't able to move on to the next stage, which is the city links. So this coming Saturday, all 13 link stars happened. So there's going to be 13 city links for each faction. Those are all worth 2 points. And there's still that portal count competition worth 5 points. So it's super important for everyone to capture those gray portals, find those towns. I know it's week 4, so there's probably not a lot left to go for, but trust me, there is. There's a lot of gray portals out there. Spend that extra minute or 2 to drive the next block over, capture the one, do what you need to do for your faction to win that portal count competition. That's 5 points, and that can almost recover almost 3 missed city links. The other thing going on, again, is the city links. And then finally, there's the tiebreaker in Fukuoka, Japan. There's actually going to be a shard, city flash shard sort of thing happening there. And that's also worth 2 points. So you got your city links, you got your portal count competition, and you have the tiebreaker in Fukuoka. One thing, Ingress did announce that John Henke, the CEO of Niantic, is going to be at Fukuoka, their shard competition. I have no idea why they would want to announce that.
Atlas TV with the new wave resistance here.
Oh no, someone is talking. Prohibit talking. Okay, yes, we have the live call-ins, Zello Portal Hunter Club, and we will go from there. Weird. Didn't let you talk. Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so again, you have portal count competition. we have the City Links happening, and we have the thing in Fukuoka. So there's a lot going on in the world of Ingress. Yesterday, I was actually helping out with the portal count competition. I traveled a little bit to a city a little bit away from here to kind of help out. My portals, so we went out, we captured a whole bunch of portals. The green players then immediately swarmed, and we had a couple players out in various towns to kind of confuse the green players. They all swarmed in toward me, not knowing what was going on, and so that actually prevented the green team from taking out other blue areas. So I kept them occupied. So some of these tips that you can do for the portal count competition for this week: go out, capture those gray portals, get your communities together, do events for Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. Get your teams, go blasting the other team's portals, and then do a little bit of psyops, subterfuge kind of stuff, confuse them maybe a little bit, because there are the City Links happening, and yeah, there's a lot you can do to help with that deficit. The Resistance had a huge deficit of portals early in the week, and some people felt it was insurmountable, etc., etc. But there are a ton of portals out there still. Look, the Resistance is almost at 2 million portals owned. The Enlightened are at 1.8 million, and there's tons and tons of grays all over the place, even in your own town. So run around, try and capture what you can. It's important for your team. And the winner of this whole Dark XM Cure project gets special intel for the anomalies that are coming up, and the anomalies are going to be awesome. If you haven't been to an anomaly, I think we'll be doing episodes to prepare people for anomalies and stuff. Go on the Ingress events page and see if there's one in your area. If you can make it to an anomaly, try whatever you can to make it to an anomaly. I guarantee you'll have a great time. Let's take a look at what. Yeah, some people are attempting to get in the Zello, which is awesome. Remember, Zello Portal Hunter Club, and get in there, and let's do some live call-ins in a let's see. So we do have actually someone had called in, left a voicemail. A couple episodes ago, we had Lad Golf on to talk about his Chardonnanigans and his trip out on Lake Minnetonka. So we have a voicemail from one of his local teammates, or previous local teammates there. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey, Drew, this is Nate Zenker, a.k.a. John Gage MN from Minnesota. I just have kind of a general warning to leave out to everybody about my boy Lad Golf, and that is, if he sends you a message and says, hey, what are you doing tomorrow, and you get in the car with him, do not expect to come home for at least 24 to 36 hours, no matter what he says. If he says it's just going to be a quick trip, he lies. He's a great guy, though, seriously. Thanks for having him on.
Well, thank you for calling in, Nate. I wholly agree with you on Lad's cold calls. It's probably the worst cold call salesman that you get wrapped up real quick into doing something, driving hours and hours. Like you said, 24 to 36 hours is pretty much the norm when you're in an operation with Mr. Lad. So thanks for calling in again. Let's see. We also have, let's see. We do have some emails. So let's go to our emails here. Oh, I got an email from El Diablo Azul in Boise, Idaho, and they captured a ton of portals. I think this was the first or the second week of the thing. Maybe the second week. But they had a total of 1,400 portals, and they reduced the Enlightened portals down to less than 300. There's still quite a bit of neutrals there, so hopefully he's going out and capturing those neutral portals, because that's really important for the team. Go out, capture those gray portals. That's the way you're going to win this. So thank you for your email. And the city of Boise looks amazingly blue in that picture. Thanks for sending that in. Oh, and we did have a sit rep. Okay, so Mary O'Rourke. I'm trying to see where she's from. Okay. So, their sit rep is Dark XM Threat and Response, a Throwdown. So their challenge was to make blue portals globally and keep them blue for the measurement on March 17th, which I think that was the first. Yeah, that was the first week of the thing. So the question, how do we get our local agents engaged in the Dark XM Cure and help them to see how important their individual contributions to this effort are? Something that I'm personally have been trying to do. The solution is a throwdown. Iron Chef, boring. Our Ingress Stadium would be a cross-country effort, a throwdown challenge between the New York, New Jersey metro area and the Denver, Boulder metro area. The challenge was made and accepted. From noon Friday to 1 p.m. Saturday, scores for an equal number of agents from each area would be tallied for the total portals captured. No prizes offered, only the glory and the opportunity to talk trash to our esteemed opponents and friends. A hangout was made and quickly named New York, Colorado Dark Trash Talk. Agents from both cities joined and brave statements were made. The hangout changed names, and again, right now it's called New York is Gonna Need Viagra next week. Agents stayed out and played all night in some cases, embracing the challenge to beat their rival city. Ultimately, New York, New Jersey Metro won the first week's challenge. Can they pull off another victory next week? Only time will tell, but not if Denver Boulder has anything to do with it. If any cities want to join in on this throwdown, it looks like the New York City area, they captured 2,603 portals, and the Denver area captured 1,792 portals. See, you see those numbers and they're like, there's no way we can get 20,000, 30,000 portals. One city, you can get 2,000 portals. If 10 cities do that, that overcomes the entire deficit. And that's only 10 cities in the entire world. Think about if 100 cities in the entire world did this. I mean, the numbers don't lie. There are gray portals, there are green portals and blue portals out there. Go capture them for your team. New York City's top agent, Wadib, captured 770 portals in the 25-hour time frame of the competition, and Denver's top agent, Earth Traveler 5, captured 504 portals. That's a ton. It's crazy how many portals are. 504 portals, 700 portals for one person. Oh, it looks like Chicago was part of the throwdown too. That's awesome. Thank you, Victor. That's pretty awesome. I don't know what happens if the portal count competition or if the Dark XM Cure has a tie. I guess that's up to Niantic to figure out. Let's see. What else have we got here? I think there was one more email. Oh yeah. Actually, we got an email from an Enlightened player. So the Enlightened player Seo Senpai from Mainz, Germany, emailed me. They said I'm playing Ingress since summer 2015, and like many of us, it turned out to be more than just a game. Ingress for me is a passion. It all began with an invitation of one of my best friends, who is also Resistance, but I chose Enlightened because of the backstory. I'm also an excited cross-factioneer, so I built the cross-faction heart and take it to Anomalies, Mission Days, and other Ingress events in the region. Even Chip Lander and Ethan noticed it at the NL1331E meetup in Frankfurt. They, like many others, were really excited of the cross-faction heart. So he gave the cross-faction heart with the mission to spread the positive message of respect, fairness, and lots of fun. Maybe it's still in the van. I don't know, Ethan, if you're watching, still got that cross-faction heart. So Mr. Seo Senpai created a second cross-faction heart to take around the events in Europe. Thank you, Seo Senpai, for your email, and that's awesome to hear from Enlightened. I do want to hear from Enlightened. Yes, I'm a strong Resistance player, but I think it's cool to see Enlightened doing the same sort of things. I mean, I have a similar passion for Ingress. This has become my hobby, and it's cool to see other people having the same experiences as I do. Okay, let's do something here. Let's try going to the phone lines. So I'm ready. Okay. We're doing it live here. All right, let me adjust our camera here. Okay, so, let's see. So, Victor, are you ready? We have you on the phone. Can you hear us? Oh shit. What did I do here?
I'm here.
Okay. um, there we go. The miracles of live broadcasting. Can you still hear me? Maybe not.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. This reminds me, I was thinking about playing a clip of the episode 0 where like you can hear, all you can hear is you, and you can't hear me for like an hour. Well, I realized I had the microphone muted or whatever. So so you're live on the air. This is, I think, your second or third time calling in. So tell us about what you did for week 3 of the Dark XM project.
So for week 3, we were part of the National Throwdown with Denver, New York, New Jersey, San Diego, I believe, was there, and then a couple other cities. Personally, though, I didn't get a chance to go out until Saturday in order to take some stuff down. It was kind of funny because I actually wasn't going to go out, and then I saw that Enlightened were taking over a large cluster of portals about half an hour from me. So I was like, oh, let me go out there and take that stuff down. And turns out that they were still actively there. So I was driving up and down like a madman down the one street where there's about 100 portals, and just took them all over, driving behind them. Then they stopped, turned around, started taking portals back. So it was a little battle going back and forth. Another agent ended up showing up, but there was 2 people in a car versus me for the longest time. They ended up splitting up because they couldn't keep up with me. So I ended up following the car. Then I came back and started battling out the one guy who was on foot. I got out of my car and just right next to him, just battled it out over and over and over. Constantly took over 5 portals until I completely ran out of gear.
So you had almost like your own little anomaly battle, and you were thrown down with, how many Enlightened did you say? There was like 2 or 3 chasing you, and then one of them broke off because they couldn't handle it anymore. And
No, there was 2 originally in a car, and again, the driver basically drove off, and then the other guy was on foot, trying to recapture all the portals that I had just taken.
nice. So I had a similar experience where I was, like you said, the green players jumped on you and they tried to take out what you could. But it's cool because then they were worried about you, and they weren't able to use that gear to take out other areas. And that the time they spent trying to follow you around is time they didn't spend other areas.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we had other agents in the area taking other stuff down. So me taking out 2 agents on my own was pretty good.
Awesome. So do you have any plans for this week, or are you going to keep them under wraps, or, what's going on down in Chicago this week?
So we've got kind of a big rush to get people into the Throwdown Challenge. We did pretty good this week. I want to say I don't know that the scores were fully tallied just yet. I know people were celebrating Easter, so um, they were there with families and whatnot. And I know that I think it was Boulder said that they were trying to help put up a link, so they were kind of out of it. But yeah, Chicago did friggin' amazing. I'm so proud of them.
Awesome. Well, hopefully there's other cities added to the national throwdown here soon.
And then going forward for next week, we're pushing to get more people involved. Hopefully, just make everything blue.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we'll definitely be doing the same thing here. Trying to get as many people up and involved and get that community roiled up and going and ready for those anomalies. So thanks for calling in, Victor. We have some other callers here, so thanks for your call as always, and we will talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Let's see. We've got a couple of other people here. Let's get Mr. Let's get Mr. Atlas TZ or Atlas TD. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Awesome. So you have some special anomaly. First of all, you're a member of the New Wave Resistance. So thank you for calling in. You said you had some special, or you have a story about this week's Dark XM, the city linking. So tell us what all happened this week.
So Resistance here in Houston did a really good job capturing the overall tally of portals was higher than the Enlightened here, which was great. But we were spread out all over the city, and our portal count was very high, which was awesome. But it led us to be unprepared and unaware of the activity that was going on with the Enlightened. First off, my hat's off to them. They did a wonderful job setting up their operation. I'm not sure how we did not see on Intel that they were clearing that lane, but a lot of it was honestly cleared within the first 5 minutes in the window that they had. And that was amazing because I know in my area, we keep it very blue, and it was a matter of my phone blowing up with notifications and all of the fields in the area being taken down, and that link was thrown along with 4 others right along with it straight to NOLA. And I was frantic. I didn't know what to do, but it was a good time. That 5-minute window doesn't allow very much of a response time, so we did what we could.
Awesome. Sounds like it was, like you said, it was a very frantic thing. It's very difficult to block these city links. If the operation is well coordinated, if they know what they're doing. I did notice that Florida was fielded by the Enlightened too. I don't know if they were trying to block some stuff in the Gulf of Mexico from shooting up or shooting down into the Caribbean islands, that kind of thing to block. But there was a nice link straight across from Houston to New Orleans, and it's too bad it didn't work out for the Resistance in Houston and New Orleans to block that. But it's really cool that you got all those people out doing the portal competition. So those points that you got from those portals definitely made up for the fact that you guys missed the city link. Which again, it's difficult to, especially if they're well coordinated, which they are in the Southeast there, to get those city links up. And it reminds me of there was that time in, it was Abaddon, New Orleans. They had those continent shards that you had to move, and one went from Tennessee down to, I think it was somewhere in Louisiana. Yeah, you had to get them to the anomaly cities, and once the resistance scored those shards, they immediately locked up New Orleans like crazy. I gotta find that picture. I mean, it's like perfectly locked up. No way that the Enlightened were gonna throw any links. Everything was fielded, but unfortunately they didn't have the plan for that. I mean, it's very difficult to not only block those operations, but to see, you don't know what cities are going to be involved in this, so everyone's kind of on high alert. So tell me a little bit about, do you guys have plans for this week that you can talk about, or are those all secretive?
Well, considering the fact that none of the previous cities that have had any of the events during the Dark XM Cure event have had any other activity, I don't see anything that is going to be happening, but considering the fact that they did make their link, you have to take into consideration that the Enlightened will get that final bit of intel for the final day, which, again, hats off to them. They did a great job. That 5-minute window is a tough beast to beat, so we will continue with the portal count here in Houston and the surrounding area. Our team here does the best that we can with the numbers that we have, but we're growing. The Houston resistance is definitely growing, so we're going to get out there and do what we can and keep that portal count up.
Awesome. Yeah, I know several Houston resistance players, and you guys got a good crew down there. So you're a member of the New Wave Resistance, and I don't want to get too deep into it now, but I would definitely like to talk about the New Wave Resistance in the future. I myself, being a member of Essex, I think it's cool that there's people out there following the resistance mantra, technology, and AI and everything. So, and there's a lot of stories in the news about AI and everything too. So, yeah, send me some info, and I'd love to talk to you about the New Wave Resistance and what's all going on with it.
Of course, we look forward to talking to you, and we hope that we can find some new recruits for the Warhead. The XO5 are coming. We need to be prepared.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for calling in, and we look forward to having you on the show in the near future. So, have a good one.
Keep it blue, everybody.
Awesome. So, if we got any else. Awesome. Well, that's kind of cool. We got two live callers calling in. I know it's a holiday weekend here in the U.S. We got Easter happening, so probably not a lot of people watching live right now. However, now is a good time to remind people, call in. Our call-in number is, what is it even? You can email us at should have memorized the phone number by now, you'd think. So you can email us, portalhunter@resradio.net. Our call-in number is 414-207-6278. You can leave us a voicemail to play. And we also have our Zello channel where you can do live call-ins. We will be live broadcasting again on Saturday with all of the updates from the field, with the scores and everything and what's all going on. Because this Saturday, it's go time. It's week 4. This is the final push of the portal count competition. Capture those grays. Capture those enemy portals for your team. Get your communities together. Get some events. It looks like there's a national throwdown happening in the Resistance. So, get your team together. Even if you're not a part of that, do your own competition. That's what we're doing here locally. I want to hear stories. Tell us about your stuff for next week. Call us, email us, and we hope to see you again next week. And we'll see who is the final winner of the Dark XM Cure. Thanks everyone for joining me this week, and we will talk to you again next week.